Okay, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about a great song, another great song by the Doobie Brothers, South City Midnight Lady. I have seen some YouTube videos on it. The Tone Doctor goes into great detail about how to play it, but what I wanted to do a little bit different was to actually explain the chords and call out the chords as we go through this tutorial. Especially for some of you who may be playing in a band and have another guitar that's playing the same song with you, accompanying you, but using a guitar in standard tuning. First of all, this song is played in open G tuning. You can play it in standard tuning, and I used to do that when I was a teenager, but it never really sounded correctly. You really have to understand open tunings. This is an easy one, and understand the chord shapes and the chords they represent. So let me talk a little bit about open G tuning. It's basically you're lowering the sixth string and the first string down to D's, and you lower the A string to a G, and you have basically an open G as you're strumming. The guitar itself has a little bit of reverb on it and just a smidge of phase on it. South City Midnight Lady has some great solos in it with some horn sections. When we get to that section, I'm gonna jump into that and I'll show you what the chords are. And I won't talk about the solos, how to play the solos, because they're really horns and you'd have to have that kind of accompaniment to make the sound correct. Up all night I could not sleep. The whiskey that I drank was cheap. With shaking hands I lit up my last cigarette. Well, the sun came and sleepy-eyed I reached my bed, and I saw you all there, all covered in warmth. South City Midnight Lady, I'm much obliged indeed. You sure have raised this man to go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at how to play the intro to this song. Essentially, you're going to be, again, you're in open G tuning. The song starts out on the 7th fret. This is a G. So you're going to put your middle finger here on the 7th fret of what would be the B string normally, the second string from the top, and then you put your middle finger on the G string, or on the D string. I'm sorry. So this is a G chord in open G tuning, and essentially you're going to just slide up. You're going to go from this position to a C chord, which is your pointer finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and your middle finger on the 9th fret of the D string. So it's okay, and then you're going to drop down to the 3rd fret, keeping that same shape. And repeat that back to another C, which is down here on the 1st fret, keeping that same shape. So it's, and then you're going to hammer. So it's hammer, open, on all on the D string, and then you're going to go to the G string. and that's how the verses are essentially done. Okay. The last part of the first verse, there's a little bit of change up, and it's the part where it says, I saw you all, I saw you sleepy dreaming there covered in warm. Essentially what you're doing on this particular verse, all the verses are essentially the same except for sort of the last line of every one of the verses. Before you go into the chorus, you're going to do, and then so that would be like this. I saw you there streaming covered in warm. So you're doing that G to a C. Saw you sleepy dreaming there all covered in. Now you're back to a C again, so it's C there, covered in, and then open G, warm, and then C, and then G again. And then that leads intro into the chorus itself. Again, starting on another C chord. This one is you're laying your finger across the 5th fret. This is a C major. You're not playing this upper string. South City Midnight Lady. This is a B minor in open G tuning. Essentially, you're putting you're covering the 4th string of the this G string up here, which is the 5th string, and then the D string here. So you're making sort of an expanded A minor shape. You put your pointer finger there on the 3rd fret of the B string. That's a B minor. And then you're going to go to a B flat, which is this shape. So the chord sequence is C, South City Midnight to a B minor, to a B flat, you're obliged to a C. You sure have saved this man, B minor, to an A minor, keep the same shape, slide down to the 2nd fret, same basic shape as that B minor that was here, slide it down, and then open B, that's a G, C, G, open, so it's open G, C, G. So playing that at real speed is South City Midnight Lady, I'm much obliged indeed. You sure have saved this man whose soul was in me. I thought there was no reason for all these things I do, for the smile and I am says return to you. Okay? So that's the way the chorus is. Fairly straightforward. But it's playing C in a different position. It's playing it there. It adds in a B minor, B flat, to a C, and then an A minor over there. So anyway, that's how that chorus goes. It goes into another verse. When the day is left, the night behind. So you're going to do this whole thing. Okay. It is a little tough to sing this and play it at the same time, I find, in open G tuning. But if you practice it enough, it's fairly simple. Okay, you're going to play the 2nd verse, then you're going to go into the chorus, and then you're gonna get into a lead section. Okay, The lead section is your first lead that has horns in it, and you're going to play. It's an A sharp major seventh. In open G tuning, that chord is essentially in this position. So it's sort of like a D7 shape in the 6th fret with your pointer finger on the 6th fret. And then you add in your pinky finger up here. That is an A sharp major 7th in open G tuning. So. And then you're going to do a C with a G bass. So the way you do that is basically you're just going to cover. Remember, this is a G string now because we're in open G tuning. So you're going to get that G bass. This is a C. So you're going to do that. So it's like this. Remember, there's horns going. Okay? Then you're going to jump, when you do that lead solo with the horns, you're going to jump right back into the intro again. So you're going to do a... The solo goes over that intro again, and then you're going to play the entire chorus again, and the solo goes over that entire chorus. Okay, so it's an extended, so you don't have to be singing, and it's the horns doing all that while you're playing the chorus again. Okay. Now the outro of the song itself is the interesting part because the song actually builds up and continues to build as you're playing it. So the outro chords are they go all the way up the scale, and you'll remember they start here with your first finger on the 1st fret B string, your middle finger on the G string, because remember that's dropped. That's dropped on the 2nd fret. That in standard tuning would be is essentially an A minor 7th. Okay. The next chord that you go up to is on the 3rd and 4th. So you're doing that chord, you're going to do this. So you making your finger stays on this B string, and this one goes over here to the 4th fret of the drop of the D, or the G string. I'm sorry. That is a B minor. Then you're gonna stay in this position, which is on the 5th fret, keeping your lower finger still on the 5th on the B string. That's a C. Add 2nd. Then you're going to go from that to a 6th, this 6th fret, and this one's on the 7th fret of the drop D, or the G string. That is a D minor. D minor, no 5th actually. Then you're going to go to the 8th fret, which is a D sharp, or rather an E flat major 7th. So. And then you're going to go to the 10th fret, keeping that same shape. That's an F6 with no 5th. Then you're going to go to the 12th fret. Okay, so let's listen to how that sounds, and I'll try to hum the ending part. Okay, so that's how you do the outro of that. You play that 4 times and the song ends, essentially. I want to take a second to show you on a standard guitar, standard tuned guitar, some of these chords, because you're probably going to have a person playing that guitar who's in standard tuning. Not everybody should be in open G tuning if you're playing this in a group. But to understand what the chords are, it's a little bit helpful to hear how it sounds in standard tuning. Okay, like I said before, you're going to, this song is fairly simple, so, you know, you're going to, and all my foolish problems seem to fade away. Okay? So let's just do this. Let's just talk about that. South City Midnight Lady, much obliged indeed. You sure have saved this man whose soul was in need. Okay, so you're basically C, B minor, B flat, C. Sure have saved this man whose soul was in need. Okay? So the verses are equally simple. So if you have an accompanying standard tuned guitar, they're going to just be strumming along. So all my foolish problems seem to fade away. Okay, so when we get into the lead, remember what I was saying, that the lead over the horn chords are essentially an A sharp major 7. Okay, so let's see, I guess we can do it this way. We do it here. A sharp major 7. So I'm going back to a C. It might actually be a C with a G bass. And then we get to the outro chords again in standard tuning. The accompanying, you're just basically going up a scale. Now remember, I was going all the way up this scale. Okay, it doesn't sound right on standard tuning, obviously, but if I play it with the chords that are implied in standard tuning, you can get the gist of it. So A minor, B minor, C to D minor, E flat major 7th, F6 no 5th, G. Okay. So there's a lot of applied chords there. Wanted to show you that just in case you've got accompanying guitars. The song's simple in standard tuning, but it's the best sounding in the open G tuning, and that's the way it should be played with the primary guitar. So hopefully you've gotten some more information about this song. As before, if you have any questions about how this song's played, go ahead and give me a comment or a question on my YouTube channel, and I will get back with you and try to answer your questions. Thanks a lot and have a great day.